My name is Jimmy Kayihura, and I work as the admissions director with Hawaii Island Recovery. Hawaii Island Recovery is a dual diagnosis residential treatment center located in Kailua Kona. It's the big island of Hawaii. There's a lot of reasons that prompt somebody to pick up the phone and make the initial approach at looking for treatment. There's a lot of fear and anxiety related to that phone call. What I know is that when we don't know what something looks like, we generally have to make something up, and those stories are usually pretty scary. And so I'd like to answer some questions related to admissions and the process of investigating to take some of the anxiety out of that process.
When people call you, they've already decided to recover. When do people decide?
I think that's an ongoing process. Generally, people call me, it's either the loved ones, the employer, or the actual person. Having decided to recover, there's varying degrees of that. They identify that there's a problem, either that there just has to be more to this living, or that their life has become unmanageable. Their drug or alcohol or whatever it is that they're struggling with has bled into their life, work and what have you. So everybody has a different disposition, but they're calling because they identify there's a problem, and they're just taking the first step. Some folks have no question that they need help, and others are just investigating.
What do they want to know when they call?
There's a lot of questions. Sometimes they want to know, what is residential treatment? Who is appropriate for residential treatment? What's the length of stay? Will my insurance cover this? What is the cost? Is it dual diagnosis? Causes and conditions and some of the underlying things that drive addiction. Medically supervised detox. And so the questions are broad, and we're here to answer all of them.
What are the main fears of people calling for help?
Oh gosh, some folks are terrified of the detox associated to recovering. I can think of a population that always has a lot of fear, anxiety, and that's people that are struggling with opiates. The process of detox can be very uncomfortable. You feel like you're going to die. And so people have a lot of questions regarding that, or fears associated with that. It's a long-term relationship that you've had with some substance that served you in some way. If you look at it like a romantic relationship, at the beginning, it was walks in the park, it was visiting with each other, and it worked. But this thing is turning around and is starting to cut you down. And so we're asking you essentially to break up with that relationship, and that can be pretty scary. It's very important for a person that's looking at recovery and thinking about the detox associated with recovery to know that we offer a medically supervised detox to be sure that they have a safe and comfortable transition from active addiction into early recovery.
So what do you say to them to overcome these fears?
Well, I think that there's a lot of comfort in knowing that you're not alone. A lot of this stuff is almost following the script. There can be comfort in knowing that there have been countless people that have suffered in the same way, and if you can't find comfort there, then you can find comfort in knowing that there's countless people that have found the same way out. And so it's you're not alone. Addiction by its nature is very isolating, and the sufferer is usually withdrawn. And so knowing that you're not alone, that oftentimes the people that are facilitating the vehicle in getting you to where you need to be have been there. They know where you are, and they know where the way out.